welcome back to my channel. In today's video we're going to be creating this look that I'm wearing right now using two palettes. First one is by Makeup Obsessions, which is the Velvet Crush palette, and then the second one is by Makeup Revolution, which is their Reloaded palette. This one's Iconic Vision. I love how this look came out. I've been obsessed with this kind of colour makeup look for ages, so I'm hoping it's out of my system right now. But yeah, I'm absolutely obsessed. I can't wait to take photos. So yeah, I'm gonna stop rambling. You enjoy the video. Okay, so I'm doing things a little bit different this time around. I was gonna do my eyes off camera, well, one my eye off camera like I usually do, but I feel like the eye look that I've got planned for today's video is quite simple. So I'm just going to do my base on camera. So I feel like the base so I'm just going to do my base on camera today, and then do my eyes last, obviously. Now the question is, what foundation do I wear? Okay, so I'm going to go in with my MAC foundation. This is in the shade NC17. Whatever, took the little thing off the pump. My god, it's cold. I keep forgetting it's cold. I actually really love my MAC foundation. Okay, bit more. I just love how flawless my skin looks with this. Obviously you can tell I've got foundation on, but I just love the flawlessness. I just look, that was just effortless. Hey, now I am going to do things differently. I'm going to do my concealer, then I'm going to do my bronzer. So I'm using my Maybelline eraser. This is in the shade 00. I am aware I went a bit too heavy handed, but there's no going back now. Okay, so that's all blended out. So I'm going to take my Beauty Crop Liquid Bronzer in the shade Coconut. Okay, this time I'm going to use a clean brush to buff that out. So I'm going to use the Beauty Crop Foundation brush. Everything's just blending amazingly. Except for my hair. My hair is not being amazing. Okay, so that is more or less done. So I'm going to shock you all. We are going to go in with liquid blush today. So I'm going to use my Plouise blush. This came from the Advent calendar. I should dig that eyeshadow palette out and do an eye look with the eyeshadow palette. This is in the shade Baked Biscuits. Like so. And I'm going to use my foundation brush to buff that in. Okay, as promised, I'm using different products to set my face today. Just put that lid on that bronzer. So we have Iggy X BH Cosmetics palette. I might use this one. I think I only used it once. And then I've got the Drip and Gold bronzer. I only have their bronzer. I don't have any other products. But I might just use the BH one because I haven't used that since the last time I used it, to be honest, which God knows when. So I'm just going to take a small brush and I'm taking the Banana Shade Powder to set my under eyes. I'm also taking that powder down the sides of my nose as well, like directly the sides. As you can see. Okay, done. Let's make some space. Okay, so I'm taking an angled, well, I say angled brushes, one of those type of style brushes. Got some product on it, fine. Oh, I didn't tell you what brush that was. What brush was that I just used? The one I just used is a Plouise 738 brush, and now I'm taking a Plouise F5. Okay, and I'm taking this shade just here. So it's the lightest bronzer shade in the palette. Okay, for blush, I'm going to use the Beauty Crop Cherry Blush. So it looks like that. Just going to take an angled brush. It's a Plouise F14. Is it F14? Yeah. Okay, so blush is on. So I am going to use my Beauty Crop banana powder again. Okay, I'm just going to use this brush. Okay, so I'm going to use my BH Cosmetics brush. Okay, so I'm going to use my Makeup Revolution pressed powder in the shade Vanilla. I'm taking a Plouise F7 brush. Okay, I'm taking my Makeup Revolution Lustre highlighter. This is in the shade Golden Rose. Again, I'm just going to apply it straight to my face without using a setting mist. Okay, so that's all done. So I'm just going to take my Beauty Crop concealer brush to buff out my lids. And you're probably thinking, I'm feeling brave by doing my base before my eyes. And yes I am. Okay, so I'm taking 2 palettes today because I just couldn't make up my mind which palette I want to use. But I know I wanted to do a green look. So I'm taking the Revolution Reloaded Iconic Division palette. And I'm pairing that with Makeup Obsessions Velvet Crush palette. But yeah, so I'm like a nice emerald green and gold look is what I'm feeling today. Okay, so just keep looking down best as you can. So I'm taking a Bperfect Stacey Marie 201 brush, and I'm taking the dark green shade in the Revolution palette. So it's this shade just here, and that is going straight on our outer corner and making its way into the crease. Remember, if you're doing your base first, tap off as much excess shadow as possible so you don't get the fallout all over your base. It's one of the reasons why I do enjoy doing my eyes first, but this idea that I have, to me it's fairly simple and quick, so we shouldn't have many issues when I say many. Okay, so we're taking the next green shade in the palette, which is at the bottom. So it's this shade just here. And I am taking it on a Bperfect BPE 16 brush. And we are blending that shade out and into the crease. Not too dramatic though. It's more like smoothing the edges. Again, don't forget to tap off your excess. You can always do this look, well, the eyes first. You don't have to do the base like I did first. You can always do the eyes first. That's with any look. Okay, I'm taking more of that second green shade just to help buff it out a little bit more. Like so, looking good already. Okay, so on a Plouise 272 brush, now we're going to go to the Makeup Obsessions palette, and we're taking the shade Velvet, which is this green shade here. I'm hoping you can see that because I was like trying to see it in the reflection of the mirror. to make sure it was in focus. And I'm taking that on a Plouise 272 brush. Again, tapping off all that excess. And we are more or less going on top of the last shade that we just placed down. And blending that out. I am taking it into the crease as well and blending the inner part of the crease out till there's virtually nothing there. Okie dokie. So now we're going to go back to the Reloaded palette. And I'm taking a Spectrum B06 brush, and we are taking the lighter green in the palette. So it's the one on the top. So it's this one just here. I'm hoping it's in view. And we are blending those shades out even more. And I am blowing the shadow out, but because it's a nice pale green, it's going to blend nicely into our bronzer that we just done. Okay, so now we're going to go back through those shades again. So we're taking our first shade on our first brush, and a smudger brush we are taking the dark green shade, which is the first shade that we use, and my brush is Jessup 226, and am I doing a full lash or just half of it? I think I'm just going to leave it like that. I think that looks nice like that. So just do a brush width lower lash line. There's a brush width and a little bit. And join it up to the top layer. Okay, so second brush, second green shade. Okay, third brush, third shade. That's the third shade that's in the Makeup Obsessions palette. Okay, and last shade, which is back into the Reloaded palette. And that last shade is more about blending all the shades together. Now you can go ahead and use a nude shade for this. But I wanted a green look today. Love it. Okay, because I only used the one shade out of the Makeup Obsessions palette, I'm going to use it for the sparkles. So you can either go ahead and cut your crease, or you can go straight in with the sparkles. I think I'm just going to go straight in today. Okay, so I'm thinking of taking the shade Lovely, popping that on a dry brush, and because we didn't cut our crease, we will need to use some setting mist. So I'm just using my I Heart Revolutions Peaches and Cream and patting that all over the lid. Okay, as you notice, I am not taking it directly into my inner corner. Now I need to go back into that Reloaded palette, just because I went over the shade a little bit too much. Because I did that, I've got glitter on my lower lash line. Okay, so now for our inner corner, I'm taking the creamy white shade, which is Glaze. I'm going to be taking that on a pencil. Oh, I didn't tell you what brush that was. Okay, so the brush that I applied the first glitter, it was a Jessup MUL 15. So this is a unnamed brush. I thought I took all my unnamed brushes out for when I'm doing my content. I will just use this one. So I'm using a Jessup 230 and I'm taking the shade Glaze. Again, I'm going to spritz it. I'm taking that all the way onto my lower lash line as well. So I'll turn this way so you guys can see. So we do our inner corner and then taking it down the lower lash inner corner like so. Love it, absolutely love it. Okay, so I'm going to go off camera for a few minutes, finish the rest of my face, well my eyes mainly, and I shall come back and show you the finished results. So this is the finished result. What do you guys think? Let me know in the comments. I'm really happy with how this look came out. Again, as a reminder, we used Makeup Obsessions Velvet Crush and Makeup Revolution Reloaded Iconic Deficient palette for today's look. So yeah, if you have any idea what palette you want to see me use next on my next video, or what kind of colour you want to see, let me know in the comments. So yeah, I'm going to go and take some photos. If you enjoyed today's video, give it a thumbs up. Subscribe if you haven't already. But that's it. Yeah, but that's it from me. I'm going to go. And yeah, see you all in my next video. Bye for now.